A national conference aimed at attracting more women to Manitoba's film industry is expanding. The Supporting Women in Film Trades Conference is coming to RRC Polytechnic in November. And joining me now to talk more about it is Adam Smoluk, Executive Director of Film Training Manitoba and one of the creators of SWIFT. Adam, thanks so much for taking time to speak with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
First, let's talk about the issue at hand, which is boosting the number of women in these film trades. Can you give us an idea of just how lacking those numbers are?
Well, we did a study 2 years ago where we highlighted that in Manitoba, less than 30% of trades positions were filled by women. And this is actually something that's fairly common in a lot of trades-related industries and businesses. We've actually been working very closely with the Manitoba Construction Sector Council, and they too have had to confront these issues and calibrate training around the concept of engagement with women. And so we kind of have been working collaboratively with the Manitoba Construction Sector Council, and both organizations have founded and worked collaboratively to carry out conferences.
Can you give us any insight into why maybe women are steering clear of the film industry?
I don't know if it's about staying clear from the film industry. I think it's more a case of traditionally, a lot of trades-related positions seem to attract more traditional workers, male workers. And I think sometimes that might have to do with maybe equipment-related constraints. So in the past, camera systems were, enormous. And you'd often see on film sets, the individuals that would be working those units would often be very burly, large guys to basically carry around that equipment for 14, 15-hour days. And those folks are still needed. It's not a case of restricting anyone else or not allowing our hardworking men that work in the film industry from getting an opportunity. It's a matter of, I think, engagement and attracting more women workers and trying to show the way kind of to get into the industry and connect them with other women that are working within the industry. So we're kind of doing a combination of things with this conference, and I think that gives us a really great opportunity to support them and help them find their way into the industry.
Yeah, let's talk about this upcoming conference. What are you doing? How are you gearing it to kind of help this aspect?
Well, when we first launched the Supporting Women in Film Trades Conference, we had a group of 15 women that work within the film and television industry come together and talk about what type of event they wanted to carry out. Now, following the sold-out conference from last year, we took all our evaluations and reviewed them, and then we began to do doodle polls, and with that committee, calibrated what we wanted to do for this year. So one of the big changes is that the committee recognized that we could have more panel sessions that were longer in duration, and then also speakers that could come in and talk about topics that they were very knowledgeable in. So for example, in addition to our keynote speaker, the Right Honorable Michaëlle, we also have the first mayor of Winnipeg, Susan Thompson, who's going to come and talk about transformational leadership and transitional leadership, which she's just an expert in. And then we also have Chantel Boutin, that's a prosecutor with the province of Manitoba, and she's going to talk about mentorship. So with the committee, we identified specific areas that we wanted to see training and learning on, and from there we found experts that we thought would be excellent speakers on those areas.
We have a lot of women watching this program right now. Give your best pitch. Why should women watching this right now maybe consider a career in the film industry?
Well, I would say two things. The first thing, we would want women to come out to this conference because there's nothing like it anywhere else. This is the only conference that is specifically targeted anywhere for working women. So if you work in the hair department, the makeup department, work in locations, sound, any of those really hardworking professionals that are either working in the industry or are looking to work in the industry, this is an event that's really calibrated for you, and it's a very welcoming environment. The thing that I'd also tell you about the film industry is it's an industry that's fantastic with respect to people that are highly skilled. And so the individuals that work within film are extraordinarily talented, whether it's actors and directors or the working crew members. And so if you're a person that wants to work in an environment that can expose you to people that are highly skilled and highly talented, absolutely the film industry would be for you. And it's a creative environment, but it's also an environment that requires you to have a combination of skills, I would say, to work in the industry. So it's a wonderful industry, and it's also an industry here in the province where we're making films that are being theatrically released. There was a film about a year ago that was #1 at the North American box office, and that was Nobody. And so we have films that are being made right here in Manitoba that are doing really well, and we have fantastic directors and fantastic crew. So it's a great industry to work in.
How do people get involved in the conference? I know it's coming up next month, the 25th and 26th of November. Do they have to register?
Yes, so you'd have to go to Film Training Manitoba's website at www.filmtraining.mb.ca. Now, I would caution, if you are interested, please sign up as soon as possible. Last year, on our first day, we had 50 people sign up, and right now we have, I think, 64 people that have signed up just since yesterday when we did our announcement. So there's clearly an interest in this, and I would absolutely say to anyone that is interested in working in the industry that are women identifying, we want you to come out to this event and to engage with the other professionals that are going to be there and the speakers and all the panelists. So it's a very open event and a very welcoming event.